Like to call to order the Meriwether County Board of Commissioners meeting January 27th, 2026 at 6 p.m. Please silence your cell phones and other electronic devices. Let's please stand for the invocation given by Mr. Tate Carter, followed by the invocation.
Hey, you come up to that platform.
Yes, Lord. Dear Lord, thank you for your day. Thank you for your give me this opportunity to pray with this great group of people. Thank you for everything you have done for the whole county and for everything you to be done. To be done and need to be done. You might the way. Thank you for everything. Amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Like the adopt the agenda, any revision to the agenda?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. Under new business number 7, it'd be C Fund 215 E911. That's C Fund 215 E911. E911. That is it.
Any other additions?
That's all. That's all.
I'll make a motion to adopt the agenda.
Second.
All in favor? Presentation.
We don't have any, sir.
Finance report, Ms. Tammy Lappy.
Yes, sir. Commissioners, these are the bank balances as of this afternoon. We have also received the 2025 LMIG distribution of 942,000.
26.
We should receive the loss, SPLOST, and T-SPLOST distributions by the end of this week. And we have been notified of the amounts for the fourth quarter tipping and host fees and should receive those payments by the end of the month. But I have notated what those amounts are on the sheet. On the next page, the SPLOST and T-SPLOST amounts. The 2020 SPLOST balance is negative 462,000 because no advances have been made from a general fund yet. The SPLOST balance, T-SPLOST balance is 849,000.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to add that the question was regarding T-SPLOST for in-house paving. There's a budget amount of 1.5 million under site improvements. That includes paving and gravel in Fund 541, which is the 2025 T-SPLOST. We also have an additional 187,000 from the equipment that we budgeted that will not be due until next year. Once Public Works Director Brian Griffin presents the in-house paving projects and the board grants approval, finance will bring back a budget amendment to allocate in-house paving for financial purposes. I did want to bring that back to the board since it was asked at the last meeting.
Thank you. Any questions from the board on the finance? Department heads.
Yes, sir. We have Ms. Valerie Chambers, Director of Human Resources.
Good evening, commissioners. I'd like to go over a couple of highlights from the HR office last year. During 2025, we hired 84 employees. 56 of those individuals are still active, and we processed 68 terminations. In comparison, in 2024, we hired 85 employees. 34 of them are still active, and we processed 79 terminations. So based on my calculations, that's a 27% increase in new hire retention between the years 2024 and 2025. So we're very proud of that. Training, just wanted to mention we did leadership training. It was sponsored by West Georgia Technical College. That was this past February. We also did the annual discrimination and harassment for the workplace this past October. That's an annual requirement for the HR office. benefits. We've added some benefits, and you all have heard about those already, but I want to mention the retirement plan that we're currently offering loans to our employees for the 457B and the 401A plans. We also have implemented vacation sellback options, and I can say that we do have employees that are participating in both of those new benefit options that we're offering. Veterans Day was added to our holiday offerings last year. I'd like to thank John for his support with implementing all of these new benefits. I really appreciate the support for the HR department and the things that you're helping us do for the employees. And I would also like to thank the Board of Commissioners for your approval for these new benefits that we've offered. So thank you. Another benefit is the post-traumatic stress disorder benefit that's being offered for public safety employees. We were required to have that implemented by January 1st, 2026. The HR office has been working with the sheriff's office, with 911 office, and the fire and rescue department to ensure that this benefit will be available, that everybody will sign off on it, that will be new hires to sign off on it, and that employees will be aware that it is a resource if needed. It's going to be for the public safety employees, so that's the sheriff's office, 911, and the fire and rescue department. So we're making sure aware of that new benefit. The wellness program, it's with Engagement Health Group for the second year. We had a dashboard meeting scheduled on March the 18th with EHG. A dashboard meeting is just a summary of how we're doing. It's going to be a detailed comparison between 2024 and 2025 benefits. And it's going to include success stories from the different health coaches that have been meeting with our employees. Right now, the preliminary results are very favorable, and feedback from the coaching sessions that have already begun has been very good as well. Just a few very few highlights from the preliminary results. 76 employees completed the screens in 2024, and same number in 2025. High blood pressure went down slightly, about 1% from 2024 to 2025. The risk for high blood pressure dropped noticeably. About 9% fewer employees were at the at-risk range, so that was really good. The diabetes rate stayed low at around 10%. Among the employees with diabetes, most kept their blood sugar at healthy levels. Several made major improvements in blood sugar control. And 8 employees lost 10 pounds from 2024 to 2025. This is based on the health coaching that has already started up, the results review. This is something you're already aware of as well. Mark 3 was approved by you all as a benefit broker for the county, and we actually have a kickoff meeting for implementation tomorrow, so we're looking forward to that. The HR office has done several things that are related to compliance this past year. We've implemented a system to conduct MVRs annually to comply with the safety requirement for the county. An I-9 audit was conducted, and necessary corrections were made. We've done some research on the requirements for the Affordable Care Act, ACA, and we've taken steps to make sure the county is in compliance with that. Finally, and this is something else you've heard about already, the policy manual, I completed the draft last year. You all reviewed it last year. It was sent to an attorney for review and edits to ensure compliance. I received it back not too long ago, a couple weeks ago, and I've reviewed it, and I've been meeting with the attorney to make sure I understand the changes that they are recommending. I'll be meeting with John to let him know anything that's going to be changed, and then we will present it to you all, hopefully in one of the February meetings. That's what I'm counting on. It may not be the first one, but I'm hoping by the second one it will be available to present to you all, the final version of it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We had
Department head.
George Richmond with Director of Animal Services.
Good evening, commissioners. Give y'all a recap of 2025 real quick. The shelter saw 498 families come in for 2025. That's about a 61 increase from 2024. Out of the 498, 421 were stray pickups. 46 were under surrenders and the rest were seized. Out of those 498, we had 294 adoptions. For 264 adoptions and 198 transported out of state by our staff to other facilities for adoption. Those numbers, we could have had up to 50 euthanizations. To keep our no-kill status, we only had 6. So for the 5th year in a row, we are a no-kill shelter. Most of the adoptions took place off-site, away from the shelter, on weekends, fairs, that kind of events. Conducted by myself and staff at the shelter. Right now, we currently have 55 dogs at the shelter. 5 cats and 6 puppies at my house for the last 3 months being bottle fed. That's our current status right now, but we do have a transport leaving again Thursday morning with 22 puppies to Ohio. That's all I had.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
That's all the department heads, Mr. Chairman.
All right, well, let's move to citizen comments. Speakers must contact the county clerk, A. Stevens at meriwethercounty.gov, georgia.gov, or 706-672-3460 on or before the dates and times listed below in order to be placed on the agenda to speak. Speakers must provide their name, address, and topic they wish to discuss. For the first Monday of the month, 6 p.m. meeting, speakers must email or call before 5 p.m. on the day of the scheduled meeting. For the fourth Tuesday of the month, 6 p.m. meeting, speakers must email or call before 5 p.m. on the day of the scheduled meeting. Speakers must direct their remarks to the board and not to individual commissioners or to the audience. Personal disagreements with individual commissioners or county employees are not a matter of public concern, and personal attacks will not be tolerated. Speakers will be allotted 3 minutes to speak on their chosen topics as they relate to matters pertinent to the jurisdiction of the Board of Commissioners. No questions will be asked by any of the commissioners during citizen comments. Outbursts from the audience will not be tolerated. Common courtesy and civility are expected at all times during the meeting. No speaker will be permitted to speak more than 3 minutes or more than once unless the board votes to suspend this rule. First on the citizen comment is Alexis Campbell.
All right, good evening. I'm Alexis Campbell. I'm here to express a serious concern regarding the organization and the fairness of Meriwether County Rec Department. All right, this is now the second year I have witnessed procedure that appear to be treated children unequally and troubling. For the 10-year basketball league, some children were required to participate in a formal draft that was documented on paper, while another team was organized by Randy Carter and allowed to enter the basketball league without going through a draft process. The team was not listed on draft paperwork, yet had been scheduled to play against teams that were drafted. Why this situation is not the fault of the children involved, it raised an important question. How is it fair to other players, families who follow the established draft process? Some parents appear to be aware of the situation, while others are not. As a parent, coach, and community member, I want to know who is responsible for allowing one individual to organize the non-drafted, hand-picked, and still participate into the basketball league. Youth sports are supposed to be providing equal opportunity for all children, no favoritism or exception. When I attempt to discuss the matter of the draft directly with Randy Carter, he told me that he did not have to explain anything to me. I then spoke with Alan Forham, was willing to talk, but was unsure of his job title and his level of authority. That raised additional concern. If someone is being paid by the county to oversee the recreation program, they should be empowered and willing to step up, take control, address issues when something is clearly not right. Addition, parents were told and agreed that the team had the opportunity to travel and play outside of the county. However, all our teams were not afforded that opportunity. The inconsistent further reinforcing the perception of unfairness treatment. We currently have three different schedules. The first schedule was given to the team. The second schedule was posted on social media. The third schedule was posted at the gym. All three schedules have different information. We had to ask before each game, who are we playing? Allen had taken his team off of one of the schedules against my team. Randy stated that Allen said he did not want to play any games against me. The program should be about the kids. Every kid should have the same chance to learn, grow, compete, and enjoy the game. When the rules are applied unevenly, it undermines the trust in the program and the integrity of the league. Meriwether County owes the parents, the players, transparency, accountability, and fairness. These concerns deserve answers, and the children deserve better. That's all I have. And I think a lot of people probably don't even know it, but if we ain't getting a fair chance, then you know, there's something wrong with from the top to the bottom. I feel like everybody should know what's going on.
Thank you. Thank you. Next on the list is Miss Debbie Nelson.
Hello, commissioners, and good afternoon. I want to speak to ask for some changes in the ordinance and the zoning.
You state your address, please.
Okay. 2125 Penny Nelson Road, Grantville, Georgia. Okay. I'm here to talk about host moving 2 acre lots to the planning board. I feel like that living in a community where there were 40 of us, now there's another 100 homes in our area that had no additional employees to support the services and infrastructure of their needs. We are constantly hearing of water and liquor spill, which is provided to these homes being brown and disrupt services due to the fact that there is no water. So they are buying water from Lone Oak. Most of these homes that are in our area are very small. Find that the families are overcrowded with garages and containers and improperly placed storage units on front and the side of the home. Cassandra, I want to thank you for your effort in trying to resolve some of these issues. Most of all, these people come in with 100% USDA loans. Several are in first payment defaults after only 8 months of occupancy. Several are vacant at this point in time as they have moved out with no payment whatsoever. The second point I want to make is about our appointing boards. I would ask that this commission look at term limits on appointing boards, encourage the public to be involved in using notification system online versus each commissioner just appointing someone. I would ask that the resumes be sent to the Board of Commissioners for review, and that public posts should be available online for those that are interested, in hopes that we can get more people involved in our community. Delighted to see all the people here today. It's great to see our citizens come out. But the boards that we have, who have people on them that have been there 15 to 20 years, and I'm speaking of appointed boards, are ineffective and changing climate of our county and term limits are highly recommended. Citizen concerns. How do we pick up with county demands? How do we keep citizens informed? We must communicate better between each other and between citizens. Our newspaper is ineffective as there are very few subscribers, and I understand most of their revenue is supported by this county and notifications of tax sales, etc. I want to ask, and I don't need to offend anyone, how can decisions in this county be made without town hall meetings? Are you guys being out working with the citizens? Town halls may be made either live or you can do them via Zoom. There's many ways of communicating. We need an environment.
Time's up.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Next is Mr. Kyle Mayer.
Well, last thing, thank you for your forecast and thank you for us seeing progress. It is truly appreciated and something that we look forward to. I'm sorry I went over.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, good evening. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to speak. My name's Kyle Knapp. I live at 8492 Rocky Mountain Road. My reason for speaking tonight is in opposition of the 2-acre lots. My reasoning is because, first of all, I don't think we have the infrastructure to support 2-acre lots, and all it's gonna do is bring builders coming into the county, and molesting the land for their profitable gain. And it's not gonna benefit anyone. I don't know anybody in Meriwether County that comes out here and says, oh, I want more subdivisions, or I want another Walmart, or I need another Target. Most of the people that live here want the agricultural aspect of the county, want the rural aspect of the county, and that's what we enjoy. I don't think also that the infrastructure can support it. The road system doesn't have it yet. The fire and rescue doesn't have it. It can't support it yet. The police department, the water and sewage can't support it. There's a lot of other things that we can do as a community in another area and build on that before we start learning about overbuilding and we can't support the population growth with all these other services. If you don't have EMS, fire, water sewage, police departments, you're gonna cripple the community. That's all I have to say, and thank you for letting me speak.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next is Mr. Dustin Owens.
Good evening, I'm Dustin Owens. I live at 1158 Roosevelt Highway. Here about the 2-acre lot thing that I think is one thing I'd like to speak on is I appreciate Commissioner King and Commissioner Collins. I spoke with both of you all today, and throughout y'all's time serving, y'all been more than open and willing to speak with me at any time, and I appreciate Commissioner King for clarifying some of the issues behind this. And I see one issue with this is that myself, along with multiple people I've spoken with today, don't realize that we already currently have 2-acre ordinance zoning on paved roads. The issue is that on dirt roads, it's still a 5-acre requirement. I was under the impression when I moved here, we had 5-acre requirement, minimum 5-acre lot everywhere in the county. Very well could have been a vote on it that I don't remember. The issue that I see is there are things that have happened here in the past under former administrations that weren't really done very visibly and transparent. I would like to see a lot of that revisited and gone back over. I believe that we need to return to and stick with the 5-acre minimum. So far, we've seen some of the effect of the 2-acre minimum. The effect that we have seen is developers coming in here to look to exploit our county for growth and development for their own benefit. I would like to deliver a quote from Theodore Roosevelt. He said, here is your country, cherish these natural wonders, cherish the natural resources, cherish the history and romance of the sacred heritage. For your children and your children's children, do not let selfish men or greed skin your country of its beauty, its riches, or its romance. I would like to see a return to these more stringent ordinances, not hindering people from being able to live and to build houses. There is a way that we can critique these ordinances to prevent these builders, these corporate interests from coming in and taking over the county. I would love to see that. The main reason why is if you go just north of us and look at the case study of Coweta and Fayette counties, those type of lowering ordinances to try to increase development has not worked out very well for them, in my opinion. Yes, it's increased tax base, but along with the tax base, it's just increased the more money. No problems have actually been solved through development. It's only made the numbers larger and the problems themselves larger. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Minutes of January 12th, 2026, regular meeting.
No changes. I corrected everything prior to the meeting. There was a few typos. We got that straightened out.
Thank you.
Make a motion to approve the minutes as presented. Second.
All in favor? Move right on to public hearing. Public hearing, case number PC 25-14, request from James Flournoy located at 140 Cleary Lane, parcel number 074-02 of a special use of 3 lots in its manufactured home park to allow for a recreational vehicle.
I'll make a motion to go into public hearing.
All in favor?
Good evening.
Good evening. Bless you.
This is case number PC 2514 from James Illinois for a special use permit to allow 3 RV parking spots in his home park. It was heard by the planning commission in November 17th actually, and they recommended denial. He's requested 3 lots, lots 43, 47, and 51 to be occupied for RVs no longer than 180 days. Be vacated for 30 days and do a quarterly log report of permanent structures, compliance with all codes. Mr. Flournoy is here tonight, and his application was for you guys because when the tornadoes came through, he lost his mobile home and can't afford to go back. And he said that when he was, we tried to find the minutes on this, Allison. We tried to find the minutes where he was approved many years ago before the mobile home park they had RVs. But throughout the years, it's just been mobile homes. He is here to speak.
Mr. Chair, before you hear from the proponent and the opponents, y'all's ordinances do allow y'all to set the time limit between 10 and 20 minutes. I don't know how many speakers we've got for this public hearing or the next one, but you may want to look at setting that with the and then reminding the people who are out there that if there are more than a certain amount of people, you're going to have to either split your time according to whatever time you set or ask for a spokesperson.
So we're gonna give 15 minutes for and 15 minutes against.
It's up to you. It's between 10 and 20. So the board can. I would put it in the form of a motion.
Motion to allow 15.
Okay.
I'll second.
All in favor?
And there is 5 minutes for rebuttal after that.
Yeah, I got level here in mind. I've been in business like that 37 years. I should sign early on. When I first got to business, had RVs and trailers for years. Time went on, in trailers. I was already zoned in 37 years ago. But 3 years ago, when a tornado came through, it destroyed 3 homes. I went down to the board down there, and they gave me a permit to rebuild the poles and go down to 50 amp, like put the RV campus out there. That went on for 2.5 years. Nobody ever said nothing. Somebody made a complaint, and that's why we're having to go through this today. In my opinion, that's not fair because, one, I'm grandfathered in, and 2, went through the procedures of getting the poles out there through all the RVs. For the last 2.5 years, we've been having campers out there. Never had no trouble with my neighbors, people living there. I spray them, I do background checks, people there are real good family people. They're good people. I'm a Christian. I'm a veteran. But when I first moved out there, it wasn't but a dirt road. There wasn't no homes around me down there. So 30 years, people come in and they had put in big $1 million homes, ranches, different stuff like that. I'm proud for them. But still, as a little guy, I'm like, don't try to root me out. So all the prices that I got there, I love to see what RV is going for. I cut it in half. The people that afford it, without overcharging people. Same way with the mobile homes, you know, it's been like a school, like Bible teacher, school, I try to help people. After we had the tornado there, it was about 3 months there, I don't charge nobody nothing. You know, so I gotta go hard trying to help people, and same with my neighbors there, you know. Anytime if they want to come over and talk to me or like that, you know, I'm real friendly. And I had, one come over, you know, tornado when it happened, he helped me clean up some of that stuff. You know, that was a blessing to me there, you know. But, one thing about that, when that tornado come through, it was the heaviest wind I've ever heard in my life, you know, and over beside me was like a forest now, it just passed away. It probably thousands of trees that were broken. They come over my property and crushed the trailers. It looked just like you stood on top of a Pepsi can, crushed them. When it did that, my whole mobile home, I live in a double wide back there. And it started shaking. I thought I was gonna fall in on top of it. My kitchen window kicked in, all that glass flying. I cried, I said, Jesus, live back there. Soon as I said that, the tornado immediately stopped. I walked out and I'm like, wow, what just happened? God bless, spare my life. I was the only one there that day. But you know, it's been a rebuild themselves since then. And I've always gone through what everybody want me to do. You know, as far as rebuilding the lots and everything. And I appreciate it. You know, if you would, let me keep the camper there because they got people there. They was there before. Somebody made this plank. Like I said, they've been camper there 2.5 years. Ain't nobody said nothing. And I went there. Down there and got all the poles and dropped down when you had 50 amps or 30 amp to plug up the campers there. I don't know who made the plank, but ain't nobody stepped forward and told me who it was. You know, and I would like to know who it was. I like, Bob says, United States City, somebody has outreach, you gotta know who the accuser is, and I don't know who they are. So, who it is, I'll forgive it. I want everybody to have a good life, and, prosperity, good business. I like set hand and draw.
So the campers have been there since the tornado.
Yes, son. They're there 2.5 years before anybody come up made a complaint, and that's when I said, well, they couldn't find the paperwork back when on the first built, 37 years ago. They had the RVs and camp, but back then, I remember on the paperwork, it said unlimited. Unrestricted. Back then you could put trailers or RVs, which I did for years. As time went on, people would move in a mobile home, they'll move, they say, hey, do you want to buy a mobile home? Then I will buy them. So they end up kind of like stacking up like that. Then when the tornado come through, that's when I went and rebuilt the poles, and had my electrician come out and did it. All the people for the county, they come out there and inspected it and approved it. Time went up 2.5 years, all the people have been out there. So it's unfair to them too. Ask them, hey, y'all got to do something else. These low income people, but like I said, they're good people.
Well, are we supposed to, in their ordinance in the county, you can't live permanently in the camper?
Right, 180 days now.
How long has that been in effect?
It's at least 2019. If not sooner, but the ordinance, I'm aware of, stopped it in 2019.
It took place way after he got zoning 30-some years ago.
I'm confused. You say you got zoning 37 years ago. You said You worked with Allison and you cannot find documentation on that.
Showing it in my minutes. I couldn't find anything in the minutes, but it could be listed some other way. It may be in the, I don't know. I couldn't find anything and I tried.
And you also stated you got zoning approval 2.5, 3 years ago.
2.5 years ago. What it was, the poles had to be rebuilt. And I proposed, and then asked them about the RVs, and they said, you have to drop them down to 50 amp. So the camper can be plugged in, that's what it is.
Who is them? You asked them.
Building and zone, yes.
You're saying no.
I got the paperwork right here, when
Yeah, electrical permits. He did not say anything about RVs.
the electrical permit only shows that it's 50 amps. All the RVs. Mobile home has to be 100 amps up. They know exactly what it is. You know, they can't say they didn't, because their inspector came out and inspected it. Full of that.
You got that paperwork?
Yes, I do.
Can you make a copy of that, please? You mind letting her make a copy of that so we can. So Allison, you're saying you can't find any copy of anything in the Board of Commissioner records, but it could be somewhere else.
It could be in the planning department. I mean, if they.
Look at that and saying, no, it's not there, or we
You
need.
probably look too, and I don't know. Yeah. If you could, it would be easier for me to pinpoint down a year if you knew what year that was when you originally got the zoning. I know.
1987.
87, okay, so you.
30,
I go back that.
38 years.
You didn't go back that far.
No, I can look back on that.
Did you go back that far?
We don't.
This is the first time everybody's here in 37 years. We heard 37 years before it got to us, but nobody went back 37 years to look.
I'm sure I went back as far as I could, that I could find anything. All I was given was a name and what the item was. I didn't know what year to look at.
He had it in 87. Yeah, but again, whatever you say. See the word in each one, it says. You can answer, you might as well speak in favor, and rise to your comments.
Anybody else here that speak in favor of?
No. Yes, you come up, please state your name and address and sign in the sheet. Mr. Flournoy, can you do that on the side while they speak to help you out?
Yeah, I got a bunch back there.
Yeah, that's fine, just. Yeah, he can look through it right there while he's supporting you, so we'll let him go ahead and go.
Good evening, Commissioner. Thank you for allowing me to speak. My name is Nadal Ibrahim. I am 1510 Nebula Road, Manchester, Georgia. I do not know Mr. Flournoy. I'm not necessarily specifically aware of this issue, but I did see it on the public hearing notice. I did drive it parked earlier today. And I would like to speak on his behalf or in favor of his proposal. There are studies, various national studies. I know a little bit about recreational vehicles that consistently point out that recreational vehicles tend to be a little more advantageous towards community. That they bring a little more spending activity, a little more economic development to community. I think that whether it would benefit from that, from having those kinds of uses. Mr. Ford Park. That's one. Two. The advantage that this Board of Commissioners currently have is this. Most meetings, you're considering a change of zone, you're considering a proposed development. So you're sort of projecting forward what the impacts are going to be. Mr. Flournoy, as evidenced by his communication, has actually been in business, has actually had that use for quite a bit of time. So there's an opportunity here where you might be able to go back and see whether there has been any negative impact by having those RVs there. there's been our sheriffs or police department being called over. Are there excessive noise issues? You have the advantage of actually looking back at the record and observing how he has run this development. And finally, you have somebody who's operated in the county for 37 years. To my knowledge, based on everything I'm hearing, there's really been no serious concern or serious complaints with regard to how he uses his property, except for some anonymous person most recently. Again, I don't know Mr. Flournoy, but I would like to support his request that he be allowed to continue to use and operate RV vehicles on his property. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else to speak in favor?
Thank you, Council. So you take.
No one else to speak in favor? Do we want to go on to anybody here to speak in?
They got a gun left they can use later.
They get automatic 5 minutes for rebuttal regardless. Yeah.
Anybody to speak against?
Yes, my name is Lee Wright, 1439 Road. I own the property across the road from this park. And I think this zoning RVs are just incompatible with the rest of the neighborhood. And my next issue is it's just a junky mess. It's just an eyesore that needs to be cleaned up. So respectfully ask that y'all vote against it.
Can we ask questions?
Okay.
Yeah.
How long you been out there?
2007.
2007.
Yeah.
And this has been going on for the last 3.5 years, and you haven't filed a complaint or had concerns of it? If he was to, like you said, I agree with you. Some people let things get run down. I haven't seen it and I don't know the gentleman, but if he was to have restrictions to get it all cleaned up and have just the RV itself there and that's it, and made it more presentable, would it still be a problem for you?
I mean, I just think we shouldn't rezone it. I mean, mobile homes are there. They've been there. I don't have a problem with that. I mean, but I think these RVs with transient people coming in and out is just not compatible with the neighborhood.
You said you live on Rocky Mount Road?
Yes.
But his park's on Alley Road.
Yeah.
I rode out there.
Property goes up through there.
Through the backside? Cause I rode down Alley Road the other day, so I'm not sure how you live across the street.
Alley Road and goes all the way through 62. Not straight line or anything, but
I thought you said it was right across the street from.
That's why I questioned it, cause I rode out there yesterday, but.
Across the street.
Okay. But he is.
So you own property, but you don't live across the street. You just own property.
Yes.
Okay.
Vacant property.
Yes.
Okay.
Pastor. Thank you. Thank you.
Anybody else to speak against?
Good evening. My name is Daniel Dolphy. Address is 970 Alley Road. Speaking against a few reasons. I have my property butts right up to the mobile home park. Now we have several young kids just for safety reasons. I don't prefer to have transient people in and out. I know right now it hasn't been transient at all. So that's one other concern that I have too. Special use permit. I'm not sure it's 180 days, 120. They have to be gone. The way that they live now, they're living in them as permanent homes. Which if that's how it's going to be. That's how I prefer. It's going to be mobile home park. Let it be a mobile home park. But I'm not really keen on the idea of possibly having people in and out, free will. Also with the way it's been run now, it's not going to work with the ordinance that would be set in place for the special use permit. There's so much stuff out there for someone to pick these campers up and move out for a long period of time, once or twice a year. you spend days getting stuff up that's accumulated out there. It doesn't make sense. That's all I have to say.
Anyone here else here to speak against?
Good evening. My name is Dustin Evans. I'm 115 Roosevelt Highway, so I'm across Alley Road from this. My property was affected by the tornado as well, so I definitely feel for him from the damage and trying to recover from that and all. I have not had an issue with the RVs because I was under the assumption this is, but an indefinite time period in order to allow temporary residence or something of that nature until mobile homes could be bought, replaced, moved back in there at all. My real concern with this is really from like a safety and precedent aspect moving forward. So if we were to take what would otherwise be a temporary situation, people having to do what they need to do in times of disaster damage, but then create that into more of a permanent living situation within an RV on just a continuous basis, I worry about the safety of those residents because an RV is not designed to permanently live in or live in for long periods of time just by nature for the safety of the structure should another storm come. And I also am concerned about future precedents set from the county. Allow it in this instance, how can we not allow it moving there in the future? So what do we do when the next person says, okay, well, now we can, this gentleman will allow RVs as permanent living structures and then how do we track people having to pack up and move? Did they stay gone long enough? What sort of, it's just a system, it's just a management issue there. But the biggest thing I would say is once we set the precedent of essentially more or less allowing an RV to be used as a more or less permanent residential structure, I'm just afraid of what that means going forward and the liability of that on the county. Should somebody get hurt or killed in one of these during a storm, which they're not designed to be in permanently and long term. Thank
you. Anyone else against?
Anybody else signed up?
Both sides get an opportunity for 5 minutes for rebuttal if they would like it.
All right, rebuttal from the in favor of.
Like I said, when we first moved there, grandpa days from back, 87, with the campers, RVs, and mobile homes. I have to, get some legal representation on that, prove that. But I don't want to do that. I want, just be honest with you. I've been there all that time. One gentleman come up, on his land, on the backside of me. That guy's got about thousands of acres. He never come over once and say hi. Right. Same way with all the guys. That's before. He's been a girlfriend all these years. There's never been no problem. Anybody ever lived in a hell trouble with the neighbors? Never. Not in 37 years. These people, I did background checks on them. I go by gut feeling, and I talk to them, look at it, and I'm breakfast, and most of them are retirees or family people. And that's a benefit to them to be able to live that. And it's like they'll give me special emotion. Like someone later on say, well, you did for him, you did for me. No, he's grandfather and father is you. I talked to my cousin on there. He used to be on the county commission. Bruce O'Neill. He said on there a lot of these records have been done away with. So I'm like, that's not right, maybe.
Well, the RVs that are out there, are they movable?
Yes, they have accident.
How long? They've been there for 3 years. They've never been moved.
The ones there, they've been there, I have to look on and see, at least a year and a half, 2 years, somewhere in that neighborhood, yes. When they move them in like that, they don't. Where else you gonna find a place, that's cheap, it's nice out there, but stuff, but that time, like, they call them junk. These people come out there and say, well, I got stuff in the store, I put a little shed out there, a couple of sheds out there, put my stuff in, so I don't have to keep paying for a storage bill. I'm not sure, but that's fine. I don't charge them for that. It's just a, courtesy. I supply of water, I supply of garbage stuff, I got outside security lights, so if I set up like a small local place out there, not fine, it's nice. I wouldn't go up to them, I'd tell them, hey, you can't have cows, you can't have this, or have that. It's still America. If you can afford to put something there, sure, I'm all for you. But people come in, we got a lot of stuff, and they're trying to reach the little guy, that's the way I feel. And I'm thinking for my people too, that lives like, no, that ain't fair.
Mr. Chairman, I got a couple of questions myself. Okay. Cassandra, you've been out there?
Yes, I have.
Is he in violation of code or anything right now as far as, everybody's lifestyle is different. Your lifestyle, my lifestyle, his lifestyle. Some people have things around, so forth. But, I drive through this county and I see houses all the time that I wish somebody make them clean it up, but that's their business. But y'all go around as code enforcement, when y'all see stuff, that is your business. Have you been out there to tell him that he's got to get cleaned up? Is it bad enough that you would cite him on that?
We got him to take tires up. It was all laying all around. A lot of tires, and he did get those up.
So you have. So he knows that there's something he needs to do. He's doing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
And some of the what you're talking about storage building wise are not permanent storage buildings. They're just kind of makeshift storage buildings.
Wow.
They may not look the best in the world, but they're not permanent buildings. There are not any electricity or power to them. And we had the help from go up there and check the septic systems because there were mobile homes there at one time. And John Lyons probably did look at the systems, and they were great in each lot. Two lots per septic tank. So that's how the septic system works.
Right.
And then when the power was done, it wasn't mentioned, RVs were not mentioned at the time the power was put in. It was just the time storm had come through, he was getting new power, and it just didn't get a call that even said that RV was going to be put there.
Thank you.
Commissioners, I rode out there the other day, and if you don't mind, I took 3 pictures on my phone. If you want to, I don't mind passing it down. There's just 3, and then you can go back. But this is like when you're coming in, then the next picture is one of the RVs, and then there are the other 2. If y'all want to look at them and see to go back the other way. But I did take pictures when I rode out there Sunday.
Sheriff, if they're being considered by the board in any capacity, those pictures need to be made part of the record. So those pictures need to be given to the clerk.
All right, while they're looking at that, my other question, how long would it take for you to go back tonight?
We've been doing that. I have a system, I have a cloud that has all the way back to the end of all time.
Found it, yeah.
There's nothing referencing Sherry Lynn Lane. There's nothing referencing Mr. James Flournoy. There's nothing, I can only go back by a word search. And we've sat here and went back, and I knew that we did go back through all the time when I did it the first time. So I apologize for misspeaking on that, but we can't find anything, and that's not unusual. And it's very not unusual. I mean, we had I was 7 years old.
It's
So
considered a non-conforming lot.
What's that?
It's considered a non-conforming lot now.
Explain that. Define that, please.
It's non-conforming to the current ordinances.
But what about the time that it started?
May not have ordinances back then.
I know it. I've been pouring right here long enough. We used to
Right.
tell you on the phone, just go ahead and pour it. Take a picture.
I can pull up the specific definition if you need me to, but generally a non-conforming lot is a lot that was being put to a use before an ordinance was passed. And when it's been put to a use before an ordinance is passed, it's allowed to continue in that use. Your ordinance can't curb the use in that regard. However, a non-conforming use can be lost over a period of, through a period of time of non-use. I believe the law says 6 months. I can double check that if it's needed. But for instance, if you were using it and then you stopped using it in that fashion for a period of time, you can lose that non-conforming nature. Therefore, you'd have to come back and get special use or other kinds of zoning in order to be conforming from that point forward.
But that's not the case here. He's been using it.
Not if he stopped. What I heard was there was a period of time when all he had out there were mobile homes. He stopped using it in RVs out there whatsoever. And he only put the RVs out there after the tornado destroyed mobile homes. If that non-conforming period had lapsed, then he's not entitled. He's not vested necessarily as he's claiming he would be.
That's good for back here for a second.
You're only vested
Because it's not, it is non-conforming. He lost that because of the mobile homes gone, put RVs on them, which is against the ordinance and was not the original use.
You're only vested with a non-conforming if you're continually in that use.
And he was not.
That's how I heard it. I could be wrong, but and it could be a factual situation that I can't speak to today. But that's how I understand it.
You're definitely counsel and probably know more than all of us think about on that part. But when you say, I would think if the whole trailer park was knocked out completely for 6 or 8 months, then it would fall under that. But if it originally started out, could have mobile homes or RVs, and then it just happened to be majority of mobile homes, but never stopped in use, I don't see how that closes the door on the RV park. Now they shut it down, he went away, and now he's coming back 8 months later, and wants to start back up, make RV park.
The difference is, I think he's saying that he has some kind of formal approval to allow RVs, and I think the clerk is saying there's no formal approval, that it was just that it was the practice was started before. If he stopped putting RVs out there, he's no longer using it for RVs.
For 6 months.
I think if I remember correctly, I believe the common law time period is a 6-month period.
Do we need to come out of public hearing to be able to continue discussing?
No, because you would consider these things as part of your decision, and they need to be anything that you consider needs to be elicited during the public hearing.
So can we get clarification on this before we?
You could continue the public hearing without closing it, and then you could get additional information and be allowed to consider additional information.
And that would also give them time to double check and make sure.
We got all the back to history, and we can do however long y'all need to.
Well, we had weeks to get everything here, so not saying against you, but I'm just saying in case there's something we're rushing now, overlooking, I don't know.
I'd like to make a motion to continue the public hearing to the next scheduled meeting.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Coming on. It's always been in use, even after the tornado come through, that's why I went down. The building got poles put back up out there, the cameras, they've been out there for 2.5 years. That's nothing but said. It's a long part when I've been there 37 years. It's not my fault that I'm just like can't find stuff on it. It's grandfather. If I have to go back, I want to.
That's what we're going to clarify. What does the law say? Where do you stand in that? And that's why we're continuing.
There's no, like you were saying, about 6 months, there's always, even after that tornado, been a couple of months.
No, I'm talking about before the tornado. Was there a period of time in which there were no RVs out there for a continuous period of 6 months? If there was, then you likely have lost the non-conforming festival. I disagree. But I will.
Trailer there, check. See how old the trailer is. Same way with the RV. So, it's always been. Well,
Mr. Flournoy, no disrespect, but we did continue this to the next meeting, so we'll continue the conversation. We'll dig into it a little bit more and see what we can find. So at our next scheduled meeting, and the staff will reach out to you and let you know about that.
I appreciate you.
Thank you.
And I thank you for your service.
6 p.m.
Need a motion to go out of public hearing.
You don't go out of it. We just continue.
Right. You continued it without closing.
All right. Next public hearing is, case number PC 25-15.
Make a motion to go into public hearing.
Second.
All in favor? We have a request from John Parker, rezone parcel 164-046, 445.29 acres on Highway 85 and Alberton Road from LDR to NHC.
Okay, so this one is PC 25-15, John Brooke Parker brought this in to the planning commission back in November. He's trying to rezone 445 acres every yard to every commercial for the proposed small retail, hustle, hardware store, top off facility, RV cabin on the back part of the property. The planning commission heard it and heard comments from the citizens as well, but their recommendation for denial. They gave a no explanation why. The RV part of it shall not exceed 180 days. Same as all the other RVs parts as far as 30-day vacancy, quarterly logs, no permanent structures. For any permits issued, shall submit a final plan layout with which will need to be approved by GDOT and EPD. Mr. Parker is here tonight to kind of give you guys a little rundown of what his intentions are. You look in your packet, you'll see a page like this in your packet. And this is his proposed use. I'm gonna let Brooke come up and speak to you guys a little bit.
Share same announcement on this one as the last one. Y'all will likely want to look at the sign up sheet and decide how much time you want to give between 10 and 20 minutes. There'll be an automatic 5-minute rebuttal.
Wow.
I've only got one signed up to speak.
Sounds very easy.
Close.
So it sounds like you got one person on each side. So
What, 10 minutes?
it's completely up to y'all.
You can make a motion, we give for and against 10 minutes each. Second. All in favor? Okay,
You don't need to sign up? Okay. I thought everybody had.
okay, anybody, here to speak in favor of?
Applicants.
That's the applicant. They're gonna speak for it, okay.
John Parker, 1394 Louisville Road. My partner Carl is listed on the agenda and everything. And we were confused about the 445 acres. We were only looking for the initial front part of the 125.
Yeah, the original one, we were looking to develop some of the 315 acre tract, but that was gonna be potential ball fields if we get funding and donations for that, kind of help build that, but we just want to move to the 125 and then just keep this in, conservation.
What's the application for?
This is for the entire. So this seats lot, also too, right?
Even if they
got lost.
That's fine, we don't need you to.
Yeah. It's 405.
It is before the whole track.
Yeah, the whole track, but he can keep it in observation once he doesn't.
Well, what's the request of zoning? What did the planning and zoning, what did they review? 100 and some acres or?
5 acres.
Okay.
I mean, from the LDR to neighborhood commercial.
And they're requesting us for approval to rezone 445 acres. Yeah, to neighborhood commercial, not 125. Okay.
So I've met with some of you guys in the audience and, over the phone. I'm trying to bring something to our community. I've gone to a few town halls in order to get a better plan, vision for what our county, our area needs. I'd like to propose to, bring a small softball complex to the area, a vet clinic, pediatrics, a general store, a hardware store, and a small grocery store in that particular area, and try to fill some of the needs of our local citizens surrounding Gilthersville and however that might help the county. I'm all for it. And, we just want to do this in a way that conforms and matches with some of the ideals of what makes Meriwether so great that we've come to enjoy. Time and time again, let's do it better. I think County and Fayette County, and it couldn't be more for that. I would like to make sure we've got, buffers, ordinances, zoning parcels in place in order to keep, a informed picture of ours. This is my partner, Carl, as I mentioned before. He recently did the store right there across from the biscuit place in Harrelson. Williams. And yeah,
That's currently my office now, and I'm actually would love to move my office down on that 125 acre tract, at least a portion of it. When Parker and I discuss this in the beginning. The only thing that we were looking to do is basically do something that we could be proud of, and everybody else would accept it as well. I'm not looking to just throw anything in there and this is what you get. We encourage any opposition to come talk to us and then see what needs could be filled and try to make it happen. We work together with it.
So all these different things that you throwed out there from ball fields. Well, we have heard so much since all this been going on from some of the citizens community you met with and so forth, but it's gone from ball fields to the batting cages and the back of ball fields that you just mentioned now. Maybe stores, this. Is that stuff y'all plan to develop, or is that stuff you're hoping will come if you get it rezoned?
So we plan on participating in that in the development part.
Sandra, I have a question for you on these supporting documents. What does the S and the X stand for? The heading for the explanation.
X means it's allowed in the district.
X means it's allowed under this request.
Okay.
That's what I need to know. Is this request they're asking for? Which one of these multiple boxes with multiple different codings in them means that's what I will or will not approve?
Here's it. It's this column here is your neighborhood commercial. So it would be.
On the column is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Right here.
Yes.
That's what it can be used for if it's approved.
Right. It's allowed use. It's an S. It's an S. It can be done under a special use.
Mine's just not highlighted that I have. I didn't have it highlighted.
Just to have a key. And just because it's an X doesn't mean that you can't put conditions on the rezoning.
Condition anything.
But yeah, because that was very confusing.
We need that information down here on this thing too, please.
Eighth column. Or three from the left.
We just have
Or from the-
all.
Well, but the track itself.
Mhm.
That's I mean, that's never too. Okay, and anything with an S is allowed, anything with S is stuff of use. This column here.
That makes a difference.
Right.
Anything with an X is allowed.
There were S's
S
that
is
said-
special use. The conditions on the X.
Somebody back order. Thank you.
Y'all plan to build all this out.
Probably a long time before it all.
So when would you say you'd have it all built if it was approved?
I'll say probably close to the 7-year mark, ideally, just based on some of the community growth that I tried to map out and see what's coming down. Because I really want to make sure not to rush into anything. I'd like to see people who live here, work here, as money state in this community. That's what I've spent a good portion of the time talking to local business owners and merchants in the area and what they're trying to establish, whatever their folks please see.
Well, then I'd like to point out, if you're saying you're not wanting to rush into it, and I don't blame you on that. Why wouldn't you just be coming here like what touches the neighborhood commercial fire station property? Why wouldn't you come here and just be trying to get like 20 acres or 15 acres to do some stores and grow? But I'm very concerned with changing the whole 45 acres to neighborhood commercial all at one time. Not to mention, it comes out of conservation. Your taxes are going to be way up there based on that. And you don't know what you're going to do for 7 years. I personally, I'm not comfortable with just flipping the whole track over to where that's a baby step to go into industrial, the next step, or commercial. And next thing, if it doesn't pan out for y'all, you're going to turn around and sell it for neighborhood commercial. Someone else is going to come in and ask for it. You know, I'm just telling my personal opinion. I don't feel comfortable with that.
And then I may have misunderstood, sorry, short, but I thought we could leave it in conservation. Even
No,
The undeveloped part can be, I believe.
Okay.
Yes.
The undeveloped part, I believe so.
Okay. All right. I thought when we did that industrial stuff, how everybody was talking about Lono, oh, it's going to go from conservation to high taxes, and William was here, so I was just my apologies.
And something else I touched on in a few of my other meetings is trying to use this as a great ship for Meriwether County to create a zoning ordinance so that if we do in fact want to sell it off, fine, but it has to consent to an architectural standard. It has to go back in front of different,
And that's what I'm saying. To do that large of a track, I'd like to see it come in and be presented that, hey, others like, I'd feel good if it was here tonight saying we want to go ahead and get 20 acre free zones, so we can start 2 businesses there, because we need businesses. We need convenient stuff for our citizens and tax base. But I just, myself, it's in my district, I just do not feel comfortable approving that many acres at one time.
And the only reason,
Even though it stays in conservation, but it's going to be rezoned to neighborhood commercial.
and the only reason for some of it was some of the interest that we've had, from different vets or different groups. They just kind of see, standing on the railroad tracks, like, oh man, this is where I can envision where my ball fields are going. This is where, the horse vet's going to be. Certain things that happen. We didn't want to rule out any of that.
Well, and based on that, everybody's being smart. You take small steps. You do 10, 15, 20 acres, you build a couple of businesses there. Then when that next gentleman comes out and says, I like what you've done, And man, I'd like to put this right here, then you come back and get more rezoned and because you're already showing a precedence of what you're doing for the community and what it's going to be. But just open free path to rezone it, and then we don't know if we're going to stay there or sell it and what the next person's going to bring. That's a lot for this board.
And we did want to do something, for the community. It is a really pretty piece of property, so I didn't know how I could allow someone to visit or camp there to, really enjoy some of it. We have quite a few avid outdoors people, but those are just
Well, if you was coming in here wanting to get an RV park approved and so forth. No, I'm just saying, if you're saying camp there, if you're just going to do that, you can come in and do that separate from getting the whole 454 acres.
Yeah, very
4 or 5. Keep saying 54.
And then some play those. Anybody want to speak in favor of it?
It's not me.
Opposed?
So that's what. Anybody want to speak against it? Yeah.
Mr. Robbie Moore. Robbie Moore.
So
can do theirs.
Rolling Property Road, Meriwether County. I'm not in opposition to development. I am a developer. I've lived here, property here, since 2002. I've hunted here since I was in high school in the 1980s in this county. And the problem that I have with what these gentlemen are asking is they're asking you to zone a piece of property, whether it's 400 acres or 120 something acres, for what may come. Y'all have something up there that the public is not available. I don't know what the X's are on that piece of paper. But if y'all pass this tonight, everything that's an X on that piece of paper, they can put it there. I'm not opposed to them buying the property. I'm not opposed to them developing the property. But my question is, number one, we don't have, where you gonna get your water, your sewer, utilities, and that's some of the questions that I have. Most of the time when you come before a board of commissioners or anything, and we spent a lot of money on selling planes. And this is what we're building. This is what we're putting. And I'm not opposed to it. Personally, I like seeing good public. On my way home. Stop it. But the fact of the matter is, I just think he did say campers. I heard that too. We want to be camping out there. We've already got problems campers here tonight. You don't need another problem for camper in ball fields. Everybody's for kids having ball fields, but they've gone broke a lot. So I'm not opposed to development. I'm wishing the best. I wish I built $1 million houses out there. 5 acres, not 2 acres. Every 5 to 10 acres. $1 houses, We all moved here for different reasons. And Meriwether County, we realize we have problems. Y'all realize we have problems. And we're trying to solve some of the problems. It's gonna take all of us. It's gonna take a little money. It's gonna take some frustration. But guys, you've done a good job. I see you building up there. I come by, we've done a really good job. I may cut them lights on a little bit. But other than that, let's get a plan together. That's what's happening with Meriwether County. 37 years ago, a lot of people weren't down here. That's what this gentleman in the situation he's in. So that's all I'm saying. Not necessarily opposed to development. I like development. I just want good quality development.
I'd like to mention again, Mr. Chairman, when I asked him about the RV park and camping, he said, no, but right here on this sheet right here, it says, small retail hardware store, softball facilities and camping. And down here, the condition would be, RV occupancy shall not exceed 180 days, et cetera, et cetera. So that's the reason I brought that up. And then he said, no camping. So I don't even know why that's on this sheet.
It's an approved use of the property if it's passed. That's why it's on the sheet. He has no clear statement of what his intent is, and it's an approved use.
I still have a little time yet, I mean, I'm sorry, Commissioner. But
Is that-
clubs are licensed, college, universities, commercial timber production, concrete, stone cut, no, I apologize, not that one. Contract, equipment, material storage, convenience store with fuel service, provided that all fuel pumps should be at least 15. A crematory, curio and souvenir shop, drugstore, pharmacies, equipment rentals, equipment supply, business and industrial. Flea market, we have to get engaged couple times here, that's good. Floor shop, funeral home, mortuary, funeral furniture home, furniture, appliances, garden, landscape, gasoline station, golf course, government building. I mean, it's just got so many things here. Kennels, junk, kennels, laundromat, some of these things I just think, if we pass this today, and I want to go out there and put a 100-acre kennel, I could do it. And I just don't know that that's the best thing for us at this time. So I just wanted to read some of those. Y'all have it before you, but I don't know. Some of the people here don't see. You got recycling collection stations, repair service, general merchandise. I mean, there's just so on and so on that personal care homes. Some of these don't have sewers. You can't. Parks and recreation. Just think. I don't know. I just think we're opening Pandora's box. We pass this. This is it's really hard. They've asked for.
I've got one more to speak.
540.
Against?
Mhm.
Anyone else against?
Justin Owens, 21158 Roosevelt Highway. You might figure out by now I'm against development. I'm not against these guys. I spoke with them. I think they got some great ideas, and in my opinion, individuals who live within this county, who are actually vested within this county, them building a business, establishing a business here is worlds different than a prospective developer coming here, building something who's actually not vested in this county. They're using this county for financial gain. So to get that out of the way, I'm actually here a little bit against this, more of as a request to ask you all as a board to essentially be bold in your decisions moving forward. And to be bold in the fact that I would like to see you all view Meriwether County differently than all the counties surrounding us. I would like you to be bold in choosing to do something different than what everyone around us has. I grew up in North County. I saw half that county went down. Almost a carbon copy of what happened in Clayton. Coweta County looks like a carbon copy of what Clayton did. LaGrange, another carbon copy. Everywhere you go, it all looks the same. You got some houses that live there. All of a sudden, it starts getting denser and denser. You get 2 acre subdivisions. Then you get 1 acre subdivisions. Then you get postage stamp subdivisions. You get high density apartments. You got industrial stacked on top of commercial, stacked on top of residential. I don't see where any of that development has benefited any of those communities. I keep hearing from everybody that growth and development is inevitable. We can't stop it. We can just control it. We definitely have to control it, but I also I reject the notion that growth and development is inevitable. We all have the power to make this county become and look like whatever we want it to. And I would like for you to be bold in your decisions to choose to do something different, to reject any plans that have been done in counties around us, because I know the plans in Coweta County, those ordinances in Coweta County were brought here and practically carbon copied to what a lot of our ordinances look like now. That's why I asked earlier to go back and review that and start undoing some of it. I don't think we need 2 acre home lots. I'd like to see 5 acre home lots. Somebody wants a smaller home lot. We have plenty of city limits here within this county that do have those smaller home lots available for them. If our county in the way that it currently looks right now is not compatible with their dreams and their wishes, We have surrounding counties that they are more than willing to move to or to go work in. I didn't like what Fayette County turned into. I didn't like the direction that Fayette County was. So I sought out Meriwether County, and I moved here specifically for the way that it looks. And I assimilated myself and my dreams to this county. Now, I'd love nothing more than to see it stay as much of and as close to as what it looks like now. I'll end with another Theodore Roosevelt quote. That says there can be no greater issue than that of conservation in this country. Everywhere around us has changed. We have not fully changed yet. We have not gone down that path of no return yet. And I would like for you to be bold in serving this county as much as it is just the way it is right now. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I do get an opportunity for rebuttal if they want to have it.
Anybody want to speak in favor of it again?
You guys have any comments and back to what the opposition or closing comments or anything?
Just in closing and everything, I mean, yeah, for some of the people who haven't seen the legwork that I've put in and everything, it's been daunting. It's very tiresome, but I have put it in. I have met privately with residents to make sure that I am, chilling not only their vision, but making sure as a county we are being bold to stay in a conservation effort. I truly enjoy that. That's one of the reasons I'm here as well. I just want to better my community. My partner Carl feels the same way. Personally, softball has a soft spot in my heart. Having girls, it's important to me. I know firsthand what it's taken some of these other dads to build these facilities in their backyards. And try to give them what they deserve sometimes. I couldn't be more proud of what goes on in Millersville and other girls taking over that field and working towards better in our community. It's nice to drive by at the end of the day and see a bunch of kids play. That is something we cherish. And I want to be a part of that. I want to help with that. So that's something part of my goal here.
Anybody got any comment?
Has there been any EPA study done on the land? 'Cause I see, looking at this picture, there's a lot of water. So have we done a study on the land yet that we can turn in before we start saying where we're going to develop? We need to see where all this water is going to go.
All that would come with an approved site plan for the county. This is just zoning. At that point, I'm able to bring in some of the people who've expressed interest. We can parcel it up. I can actually show you the site plans for what we're prepared to do. And get all that stuff.
So there's been no projected impact study done anywhere out there for.
Well, so the quarry prior to this whole thing, I have some of their documents, but that's all something crazy. Yeah, we don't need any of that. But there would be another.
Not a current.
Yes.
Any kind of study.
Yeah, as part of the engineering group, they would do another.
It's just a lot of land to not know what we're going to do.
Well, that's what I was going to say. And I understand what you're saying. You got a vision and it sounds great. And it sounds wonderful and get excited about it. But I have to agree with the gentleman sitting behind you there. I think, again, if it was a smaller track, if you was coming here tonight showing complete layout drawings, you done spent thousands of dollars getting, show what you're going to do to help us go, this guy is serious. He's not just hoping it'll happen or resell it, but he's putting in the planning work and the layout so we can really see what we might be looking at. That would probably make you feel a little bit different on it too. But, hey, this is where we're at. And
we also didn't want to put all that work in if it was going to be denied as well.
Anybody else against? Have anything against?
I was last about. I said, man, these guys are. I've already told them to go. I've already told you what I see wrong with their problem. They would have to. The EPA, any of that stuff, when they submit their plans, that would have to be on course. So in defense of them, they would have to make sure that's right. That's tonight's probably not the time to do that. But here again, I don't think anybody in this room, even these two gentlemen here, unless I'm mistaken, can tell you everything that they can put on that piece of property that I read tonight
And it's a community, we just don't want everything on that list.
Okay, nobody else.
Mr. Chair, before y'all close the public hearing, I just point out, if anyone received any kind of writing that, from constituent, et cetera, regarding this, this is the time that you would present it, to be added to the record.
Do we have anything that was submitted in writing from constituent?
Not to me, no,
Sometimes people reach out to.
to members.
That's right.
Okay. So we need to close the public hearing.
Yeah. I'll make a motion to close the public hearing. Second.
All in favor?
Mr. Chairman, I'm willing to make a motion, but I don't want to jump in case of anything. There wouldn't be no more discussion anyhow, right? Because we came out.
It would not be any discussion that would be pertinent to your decision making. You can have a discussion as part of the motion, your general discussion, part of the motion, but not to glean additional information to be part of your decision making.
Well, Mr. Chairman, this is in my district. As I mentioned before in the discussion, I'm not comfortable at all of just changing 445 acres from one zoning to another with hopes and dreams. And I would have felt better if it was a smaller tract. I could probably deal with that because everybody has the opportunity to do that. But at this time, since the request specifically says to rezone 445.29 acres off Highway 85 and Alton Road, I'd like to make a motion to deny it at this time.
I'll second it.
All in favor? Open carry. Next on the list is appointments. Nope. Appointment to the Lake Meriwether Baptist Historic State Five term that have ended on 1/28/2028.
Nor white was the minutes. She said, what this? Chairman, Ms. Dora Terry was recently appointed to the Lake Meriwether Advisory Board for District 2. She did reach out to Vice Chair Snelson, and she is no longer willing to serve. So this would be for the unexpired term.
So I've reached out and I would like to table that until the February 9th meeting at 6 o'clock and then have my appointment ready then.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Is this for District 2 or at large?
It is, it's District 2.
It doesn't say that in the. Okay.
Item 7, unfinished business. Set public hearing for 2-acre lots. This item was tabled from the November 25th, 2025 regular meeting.
Commissioners, a date needs to be established for the public hearing regarding the proposed ordinance change allowing 2-acre lots. Staff has been working on the required revisions to the ordinance and needs adequate time to finalize the document for legal review. Following legal review, the county must provide public notice of the hearing for a minimum of 15 days and a maximum of 45 days. Staff recommends a public hearing to be set March 24th, 2026 at 6 p.m. This date allows sufficient time to complete the necessary ordinance revisions, obtain legal review, and provide proper public notice.
Before we move forward, I do want to say we've had quite a few people come forward tonight to be against 2-acre lots. I agree with these individuals. I don't really see a need to move forward with a public hearing if this board votes tonight that we don't want to move forward with that. I know the recommendation is, I for one am not in favor of moving forward with the 2-acre lots across the county. On dirt roads, I think we need to leave it at 5. That's my personal opinion, but I do think if other board members want to speak, then we can decide if we want to even move forward with a public hearing or stop it tonight.
And just to clarify something there too, Mr. John, you wrote it here. It says public hearing regarding proposed ordinance change allowing 2-acre lots. And I think that's what threw a lot of people here tonight's concern. And Mr. Owens already left. When he called, he did not realize we already have 2-acre lots in Marietta County. It doesn't say, it should be saying on here to allow 2-acre lots on the dirt roads. It doesn't say that in here at all. It just says to allow 2-acre lots. So when people pull up to see what's on our agenda, I started getting calls too, going, "Oh my God, we need to stay at 5 acres." I myself, I'm like Mr. Owens, I'd love to see 5-acre lots in Marietta County. Where this came from, just so those who are here tonight, how it even started is, and I don't know if we can word it or if it can be where a case-by-case situation. But if we have a citizen who lives on a dirt road who has 5 acres of land, and that guy or that mother, father, family, whatever, wants to cut out 2 acres for their son or daughter to live next door to them. Under the conditions right now, you can't have to have 5 acres on a dirt road. It was brought to my attention. I don't think it's fair that you can go out here anywhere in Marietta County on a paved road and have a 2-acre lot. And ain't nothing anybody out there can say about it. I can't say about it. And I, again, would love to see a 5-acre lot minimum. I really would, because I like the other gentleman. I like living here in the rural part of Marietta County. But the point is, it should be fair. If a citizen can buy a 2-acre lot on a paved lot, then this citizen ought to be able to right to have cut out 2 acres on a dirt road for their family. So I don't know. And that's how this all started. And that's how it evolved to where people like, "Oh my God, they're going to change it. We're going to be Jonesboro." We're already 2-acre lots in Marietta County, which I wish it was 5. So this doesn't even represent, if this was what was put out for people to see, it doesn't even represent what started the conversation. The conversation was, why make a citizen in this county have to buy 5 acres, live on a dirt road that sometimes is muddy, doesn't have enough gravel on it, the ditches aren't getting cleaned out, but you can go right down here on a paved road and have house after house after house after house on 2 acres. I was just trying to fight for the citizens' rights to, if they want to be able to build a house on a dirt road, they don't have to buy 5 acres. So, I mean, if the board don't want to move forward with it, that's fine too. Or is there a way we can word this? I don't know if Cassandra, is there a way where, like on conservation, you can come in and cut out a piece on conservation land if it's for a family member? Is there a way to do this case by case where somebody would come in before the board and go, "I want to build my son a house"? And then it gets, that's what I'm trying to focus on. And that's what started all this. And any input, any help or whatever from the board, from the planning and zoning.
No, we're not a public hearing at this time.
So that's where it started from. But when people got excited, started on Facebook going, "Oh my gosh, 2-acre lots, 2-acre lots." And they're pulling their hair out. It's already 2-acre lot. Let's go back to 5 acres. Let's focus on changing that if we can.
If we want to change that, then that's a completely different ordinance and item needs to come before the board.
Yeah.
And we can bring that up anytime we want to.
Because we did pass an ordinance last year, the year prior, that allows for a guest house up to 1,000 square feet. So that's already out there that they can do. So that is an option. I don't think that we need to open this door right now for 2-acre lots on dirt roads. It's going to create more traffic, more input. And we're talking now, you just referenced that there's not enough gravel on the dirt roads, and these are with 5-acre lots. So if we cut that down to 2-acre lots, it's going to be twice as much traffic going in and out on that, and it's going to be a lot more maintenance to it. So we do have in place the guest house. It could be 1,000 square feet or less. But I do think if somebody wants to cut something out, it has to come back before us on a case-by-case basis. That's how I feel.
That would be great. That would be great if they could come before us. And a guest house is another house. I don't care if it's 1,000 square feet or 1,500 square foot. If you're going to have a guest house, you're having the same cars, the same people in that guest house.
Right. But I'm saying that ordinance is already out there, so I don't see a need to change it to 2 acres.
So it wouldn't change this ordinance. It would just, they would come to us on a case by case basis if they're wanting to section off 2 acres from their family land, correct?
Well, we can put parameters in place based on hardships that allows that to happen. Right. Or we shouldn't have an ordinance in the first place if we just accept everyone that comes in. So I understand what Commissioner King is saying and it's compassionate to, certainly there are instances where people in the community may need that concession. And I think we should be able to do that as a special use permit for that property for that family at that time. Right. If they sell it, then it goes away.
It was not to open the door for developers to come down here and buy a lot of road frontage on dirt road and get away with it. That's not the intent at all.
I understand that, but I think that's kind of like what we were saying with this other property. And then once we zone that much, once we do this, the door's open. Right. They can come do it and there won't be anything we can do about it. And I'd like to add also the comments about the dirt roads. We've got a full staff right now for the first time in years. We've got additional support and additional funds in that public works department. You guys are about to see big things come out of that group. So I want to make sure nobody takes away the crappy roads. We understand they're going to get done. They're going to get done better than they have been before. There's going to be a lot of paving happening, a lot of graveling, a lot of cleaning up. So we'll make sure we leave that positive. They've done a lot of work. The rest of you are going to see it if you hadn't seen it already.
Okay, in the last 6 months, they started getting going.
Yeah.
Yeah. When the spring gets here, this crew gonna go to work.
So I would make a motion to not have a public hearing for the discussion of irregular lots on dirt roads.
I'll second.
All in favor? Number 2, update on revisions of lease agreement between Public Service Titles, PSC, and Meriwether County.
Commissioners, PSC has responded with two proposed revisions that they're not willing to modify. I'll hold one second.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead, Emmett.
Commissioners, PSC has responded with two proposed revisions that they're not willing to modify. First revision concerns the venue for any disputes. PSC requests that venue remain in Teller County or a neighboring county. Legal advised that litigation could occur in any county, but Meriwether County is preferred. The second revision relates to item 29J, which addresses consensual damages. The proposed work will not occur within the existing fenced area. Instead, a secondary fence will be constructed outside the current perimeter to house the power equipment required for the tower. Staff recommends approval of the contract with the venue set in Teller County, acceptance of item 29J as written, and authorized for the chair or vice chair to execute the agreement. And legal has reviewed this, and it was based on legal's review, and we wanted to bring it back to make the board aware of these two conditions that PSC would not budge on.
What are our thoughts? I mean,
I have no objection to the way it's written.
So the two provisions he's bringing up, one is a Taylor County venue provision. It's uncommon that people, that we usually that's the last provision we get pushback on. Generally speaking, is a Meriwether County venue provision. It's completely up to you. We'll go wherever y'all send us at the end of the day. The other is a consequential damages provision, just so you understand. Consequential damages, what they're proposing to do is a mutual limitation of consequential damages. Consequential damages are damages that are not a direct result of some kind of incident. For instance, you hit my car, you have to repair the damage. That's a direct result. You hit my car and I can't go to work for 2 weeks. That's a consequential damage that resulted from you destroying my vehicle. It's the unforeseeable or the potentially foreseeable that we don't know as a result of some kind of direct incident that you would be waiving. I don't know what those could be. I wouldn't be able to foresee what that would be with regard to a tower like this. But something like, your antenna gets dislodged and you lose your emergency services. That's what this is for, correct? Emergency services. And then some incident happens, and then you get, we're talking about a very weird chain of events, but that's the type of thing you're looking at.
Staff does recommend we approve this even with advice from legal.
Correct, cause I like legal has stated this consequence and damage is very rare and unlikely to happen due to it being an antenna. We're having a structure built on the outside of the perimeter of the fence. They'll never go inside the perimeter that's PSC owned. So we'll have our own fenced in area on the outside of the perimeter. I think this is more geared towards inside the perimeter of the PSC tower itself.
Then I'll make a motion that we approve the contract with the venue set in Taylor County, acceptance of item 29J as written, and authorization for chairman or vice chair to execute the agreement.
Second.
All in favor?
I still pass on.
Thank you, commissioners. We'll get that signed and sent over to PSC so we can get the equipment up and running.
Item 8, new business. Approval of banking and financial services signatures for 2026.
Commissioners, the Meriwether County Board of Commissioners currently uses 4 banks in Meriwether County. F&M Bank and Colony Bank are both in Manchester, First People's Bank in Greenville, and United Bank in Woodbury. The county also has 4 accounts with the local government pool, which is the LGIP. For 2026, the designated check signers will include County Administrator John Gordon, Finance Director Tammy Lackey, Chairman Emmett Collins, Vice Chair Jennifer Snelson, and County Clerk Allison Stevens. And we do this annually, just to recognize who the authorized signers are for that year.
Make a motion to move forward to approval of banking and financial services and signatures for 2026.
Second.
All in favor? Consideration of engineering services for the administration of 2026 LMIG bid process.
Commissioners, this item is for consideration to allow EMC Engineering Inc. to perform the 2026 LMIG bid process. EMC Engineering previously performed these services for the 2025 LMIG, which included preparing the RFP, drafting contracts, managing all documentation related to the bid award, and overseeing the LMIG project. And I believe that cost last year was $40,000.
Are they on the phone since they're not here?
Don't believe so. Chris Bradley's reached out to me and told me if we wanted them to go forward, we'd be happy to go forward with it.
So the cost comes directly off at the end of the prices, right? That's what we agreed to last year. So $40,000 for them to do that is deducted from the cost.
I believe that's the way it was worded last year was a percentage with the estimated. I think it was 4% of the estimated bid.
Okay.
And the cost of the road assessment would have come off too, also, correct?
Correct. That would have been part of the $40,000.
So we really didn't save no $40,000 by letting Brian do the road assessment, correct?
Well, this would be just for the road assessment of the project or the approved road by the Board of Commissioners for the LMIG.
So my personal opinion, board, is I'm in favor of letting them do it again. They did get us a much lower rate than what we've been getting in previous years. I am unhappy at how long it's taken to get the work started. We only got to Melvin Harris Road a month ago. Now, Stovall Road is about to get underway as soon as temperatures allow it. I think they did a good job, other than the timeliness needs to be improved. I'd like to see some wording in the contract that where we can get out of that early in 2026 if they don't commence quickly.
I think that this year it'll be a little different, in my opinion, because some of it was our fault, because we was, going back and forth between it. So you make that in normal motion.
Mentions if you like, we
more to discuss if I can.
if the mentions like, we can table until we get the actual contract and the figures from EMC. That way the board will know exactly the dollar amount.
Two helps.
The what?
Them being in front of us will help also when we're discussing it. So we have questions we can ask them.
Yeah, but then that makes the process even longer.
I'd feel more comfortable having the agreement in front of us to see it before we just agree to a blind. Right now, we don't know the price for certain, so I'd feel more comfortable with that information. Wish it would have been here.
Yeah, but what in
Like the agreement where they come with the proposed price, because right now we don't even know what the proposed price even is.
What percent of the bid in that?
That's what it was last year. He may change it this year.
That's what it is.
And we just got LMIG money in, and that's why we brought it to the board. They wanted EMC. can reach out to EMC or we can see if in-house can handle it, but staff is limited to do this. So
I'll make a motion to table it till the Monday, February 9th meeting, provided EMC shows up to the meeting with the contract for review.
I'm about to do.
I get Chris in.
Favor. Consideration of new intergovernmental agreement between Meriwether County and all cities for animal control.
Commissioner, staff is proposing an updated intergovernmental agreement for animal control services to be provided within Meriwether County for adoption of all municipalities located in the county. The proposed IGA has been reviewed and approved by legal counsel. A fee must be established in section 1.7 for animals housed at the county shelter in addition to applicable veterinary expenses. Staff recommends $45 be set as a fee. Approval by the Board of Commissioners is required before the IGA can be distributed to municipalities for adoption.
$45
Is recommended for.
From a fairly reliable.
That was from Director Richmond. I just got that number from him.
I make a motion to approve.
I second it.
All in favor? Approval of ACC GCIP grant agreement for probate court intern.
Commissioners, each year, the ACCG GCIP offers grant opportunities for interns available to any department within the county. In recent years, the probate court has received an intern through this grant, and they also received it for 2026. This grant operates on a reimbursement basis, providing the opportunity for interns to gain hands-on experience in the designated department. Staff recommends approval and authorization for the chair and vice chair to sign the agreement. And this is the same contract that has been going on for the several years. So I think legal can review it, but it's the same.
We revised the first time this came before us about 4 years ago, I want to say. They've been submitting the same one. I don't know if this is the same one. I mean, we haven't compared it, but if that's what they're saying, I wouldn't have any objections to it.
Staff can, based on the board, we can compare if it's the same contract and.
I'll make a motion to approve with legal to review.
Second.
All in favor? Approval of grease trap replacement at Meriwether County Jail.
Commissioners, Mac Plumbing is currently performing repairs on the Meriwether County sanitary sewer lines at the jail and has discovered additional damage to the sanitary line connected to the grease trap. This line consists of older metal piping and is in need of repair. Since Max Plumbing is already working in the area, they have provided a repair quote of $19,929. And because the company has agreed to the previously established terms requested by legal counsel, staff recommends allowing Max Plumbing to complete additional work in conjunction with the existing project. He has texted me he's ready to go. If the board approves, they can have it started on tomorrow. Funding for this will be through SPLOS, and staff recommends approval and request authorization for the chair and vice chair to execute the agreement.
Make a motion to approve as outlined.
Second.
All in favor?
We have a question to ask to this though. This is not the first time something new has come up and what they've gone in and found out. We knew that there may be other things. Are we sure that we're not going to be at some point to be called back to violating any kind of bidding and quoting? If we start giving, since this contract is already here and we give them another 19,000, another 25,000, another 50,000, are we then hitting a threshold that we should have bid this out and have at least 3 bids come in?
Would it be sanitary, sewer lines, you can fall under emergency repair and it can fall under professional services because it is sewer sanitary.
We want to make sure we're protected about whatever we do.
John's gonna be more familiar with the auditing process, but generally you're also allowed to make reasonable change orders that are, natural to the repairs being done at that.
But when they came before talking about the kitchen and backing up and we started all this process, I've been in that jail. That grease trap should have been part of all that from the get-go. They knew it. They had to have known it's going to be a problem. But
It backed up after the first one and they thought they fixed it, but when they dug it up, they found that it still had an old rusty pipe on, I guess, a different section of it. Lee has been up there monitoring the work on as they progress, and this should knock out all the rusty pipes in the jail.
well, maybe that'll solve the problem. Hope so.
Approval of the grinder station replacement for main sewer line at Meriwether County.
Commissioners, the existing grinder station currently in service is no longer effectively addressing foreign matter issues at the county farm lift station, which flows to the Greenville wastewater treatment plant. To resolve this issue, a new manual bar screen will be installed as a sealed unit to isolate the water flow. This system will prevent debris from bypassing the screening process and significantly reducing the number of debris entering the waste channel without being properly screened. The cost of this system is $19,400, with funding to be through SPOS. Staff recommends approval and requests authorization for environmental, instrumental, and calibration to install the required equipment. And I talked with Lee Watley about this. This is an outside screener system that they have used, and it's been in place for numerous years, from my understanding, and it is currently exhausted its lifespan. And there's pictures in your packets, I think, of what the debris is coming through, and this will grind it up. They will manually go out there, screen it, pull it out, and it'll keep the debris from getting into it.
That's right, they can find.
I'll make a motion to approve as outlined by.
The first one's 120,000.
Right, I need a second. Who's on? Okay, because Gene, sorry. I couldn't. Everybody.
Help me too. Thank you.
Approval of audit related budget amendments.
Commissioners, during the audit preparation process, the finance department identified that Fund 541, the 2025 T-SPOS, does not have any budgeted amounts. In order to comply with DCA requirements, a budget must be established for all expenditures along with corresponding offsetting revenues. This would require the chairman and finance director's signature. All expenditures that have no budget listed totaling $375,000 would be adjusted. In this fund, the revenues exceed expenditures. However, we need to have a balanced budgeted amount, and the debit and credits are listed at the bottom.
Clarify the pressure. This is because there's no budget listed. We will get dinged on the audit because there's not established budget.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve that.
Second.
All in favor?
Commissioners, during the audit preparation process, the finance department identified the following expenditures that must be recorded as part of a year-end closeout to properly balance departmental appropriations. The corresponding offsetting revenue line items are also listed. This is a DCA audit requirement which mandates that all departments in the fiscal year with either a surplus or a zero balance in their appropriations. This would require the chairman and finance director's signature. Debits are general government, $650,000, building and grounds, $5,000, district attorney, $5, public defender, $27,000, EMS, $30,000, coroner, $2,000, for a total of $714,005. The credits or miscellaneous revenue, $357,000. Sale of assets, $357,005, for a total of $714,500.
Make a motion to approve and allow signature.
Second. All in favor?
Commissioners, during the audit preparation process, the finance department identified that Fund 215 E911 does not have any budgeted amounts. In order to comply with DCA requirements, a budget must be established for all expenditures along with corresponding offsetting revenues. This would require the chairman and finance director's signature. All expenditures that have no budget listed totaling $1,312,892.05. And the debit and credit are listed.
Make a motion to approve and allow signatures.
Second.
Favor? Port County Administrator.
Commissioners have been working with Finance Director Ms. Lackey on the audit that's scheduled to begin on Monday, February 2nd. The courthouse roof, it was brought up at the last meeting, and we have picked a dark bronze color with the cupola being a copper roll-on flaked. So it'll be a nice copper tone on top with a dark bronze. They're ordering that as should be this week. Progress has resumed on the scaffolding after the weather and the rain. We had a department head meeting. We had weather meetings last week, and we had Public Works Fire EMS, EMA, the sheriff office, always on standby if needed. Luckily, the rain, the wind kind of blew the water off the road, so the roads were just wasn't that impacted, but it was really, really cold. The county's being proactive on weather. We're not waiting till the last minute. If we know about it, we're trying to put things in place. Want also mention that the warming shelter in Manchester, due to the temperatures, is being open until Wednesday of next week. We have people staffed in there. People have already signed up through EMA with Director Jones. So we are having one shift, I think, that we need covered, and I think he's probably found someone for that one. So it is fully manned until next Wednesday. And those funds will be coming out of EMA's budget. And I will continue to send our weekly updates to the commissioners from my office and the county clerk and deputy clerk. That's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Report from county commissioner. Commissioner Smith.
First off, I'd like to thank all of our public safety and public works for being storm ready and their preparedness and working. I know our public safety worked around the clock, and public works came in at 2 a.m. to make sure that it was safe for us to come to work. I'd like to thank the employees that came in and worked, and all they've done. I'm excited seeing what's going on at the courthouse. I thank the citizens and invite them to go by and ride by and look at it. And I'd like to thank the citizens that come out and speak, and that they send us comments, and it's not that they're just complaining, but they reach out and really care about our county, and I like that. Thank you.
Excuse me, I get to say Vice Chairman Smith.
It's okay. Thank you very much.
And Commissioner King.
Yeah, basically the same thing is, I think we're blessed that our county was spared of the storm, and I'm glad that it didn't cost us a lot of tax dollars or repairs. And the same thing that the Vice Chair was saying, I was talking to Brian, and he was telling me who all, what all's coming in at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. and getting ready. And I just think it's great we have staffs that's ready to get out there, and they were ready to get the roads taken care of. That's what we needed, but we were blessed and we avoided it, and we still can pray for the other states that are dealing with it. I hate it for them, but I'm glad we're spared. So thanks for everything they did.
Commissioner Craig Gill.
It's good to see the courthouse going. I'm glad the storms didn't hit us that hard. Thank you, staff, for everything that you do on a daily basis. And that's about it.
Commissioner Worsley.
Same as everyone else. I'm glad the weather passed us by. I'm glad to see the progress on the courthouse and the cones out on Stovall Road and the other things that are going on. I'm glad to see so many people present at the meetings today. A lot of people are here that didn't speak, so it showed more interest in what we're doing. I appreciate that. I'd like to see us schedule a work session soon for projects this year. We have the funds to be able to do that. So I think we need to go ahead and get a good plan early this year. And thank everybody for what they do every day. Thank you.
And I just like to say thank all the staff and employees for what they do. And thank y'all for bearing with me. Report from county attorney.
I have nothing to report. We have need for executive session for
all of it. I say all of it.
We have need for executive session. I'd like a motion to go into executive session for litigation.
First, do the minutes. Yeah.
Read your future meetings first.
Oh, yeah. All right. Future meetings will be Monday, February 9th, 2026 at 6 p.m. Closed. Observing the President's Day on Monday, February 16th, 2026. Tuesday, February 24th, 2026. Regular meeting 6 p.m. Monday, March 9th, 2026. Regular meeting 6 p.m. Now, I'd like a motion to go into executive session for litigation, personnel, real estate, and tax matters.
So move. Second.
All in favor?
8:02.
All in favor? No action was taken in executive session. They have a motion to adjourn. So second. All in favor? Y'all have a good night. See you.